Hello and welcome back to Master of Orion. Let's hope that the buggy fleet doesn't hinder our progress anymore. Basically loaded up a save a few turns before that. So there may be some things a little bit differently, but in general the progress is similar. Why didn't I go down here actually? Wait. As I said, it should be almost the same progress. There might be some minor changes because I forgot to rush build something or whatever. But in general, it should be pretty similar. I think I can just ignore the stack of the fleets over there. That's buggy by just not sending anything in that general direction. So let's see how that works. If that doesn't work at all, then it would be really sad. But I mean, I could technically go back to an even earlier save, but the last save before that was basically before I started the last episode, which was over 1 hour long. I apologize for that. Probably I've split it up into multiples though. So I apologize for not saying anything in the middle and just quitting somewhere. So there's that. Okay, let's engage the frigates here. It's not even funny. Bye. Well, there's more planets over there. So I guess we do the similar strategy again. Take like one battleship. Yeah, we still have lots of battleships left over. So you take one battleship and it's only medium, right? I guess on two. Well, let's take 3 troop transports should be enough. They should go here. You just try to keep up with the fleet again, and you just wait. You'll move. I don't know, somewhere. Just try to not go over Altair. That would be nice. Next turn, yes.
Excuse me.
When the colonies are starving, yes, I know. I talked about this. They don't want to work for food, so then they have to starve. I mean, there's nothing really I can do about it. They take some time to integrate into our society, and before they do that, all their production capabilities are lower than usual. I guess I could do something like include a subterranean farm here or something like this. I guess that would be a thing to do. Well, that's the last compensation that I'll do for you. If you're too stupid to tend to the farms in order to survive, then I don't really know how I can help you with that. You just remain here. I guess I could use the fleet to take out this space monster here. Whoops, no. Because I don't really have anything else to do, so let's go to Dante. And you're the main fleet. Yeah, this is the excursion fleet, so you're gonna just continue to Jugum. While the excursion fleet takes out Sla. Alright. We go for tactical for this. There's 3 frigates against 2 freaking battleships. I don't think it's anything what we haven't seen before, but let's just go for the tactical in front of it. But admittedly, if my beginning hadn't been going so extremely well, I probably wouldn't have been so far already. I mean, this is only like turn 350 or something, so attack and invaded. Got that one. At least they won't be starving, so that's something good about this colony. They're smart enough to not just drop dead because they don't want to tend to the fields. Alright, you can move up to the main fleet then. Alright, moving on. Zimak Prime is shrunk. Yes, as I said, I can't be made responsible for your freaking stupidity. Sorry, but I don't take responsibility for your shit. Next one. I can still terraform. So let's do that, then you can export, I guess. Though I guess after that you can use Gaia transformation, but I doubt we'll keep the enemies alive for so long. So let's you don't have anything to take. The Doomstar is still on the way, and it'll take a little bit longer because I can't take the shortcut over Altair, because the orbit around Altair is a no-fly zone. Yes, a permanent no-fly zone. So let's see how many more we can just take by going down here. Guess you'll just guard. And we found planet Dante, or system Dante, and there's not even a connection to Orbaka, so this was totally pointless, this total incursion. How do I reach this system though? That's a little weird. There's a system that seems to be totally out of access for anybody. Well, let's go to Burin. Maybe there's an access point over there, but that's a little bit weird that the game would just generate a system that is sort of totally out of everything. Anyway, you want to build more troop transports maybe? Doubt they'll get there in time. If I don't have any troop transports left, then I'll just start throwing bombs. It's a little mean, to be honest, but well. The game is also not very nice to me by being buggy all of a sudden. But it's an early access build, so I guess it's to be expected that there can be some things happening. But it's the first time that this specific thing has actually happened. So you still have 5 troop transports. How do we take 5 troop transports and take like 3 planets? Oh, I guess it'll not be enough. I guess we have to throw some bombs eventually. Oh joy, oh joy, oh joy. I guess we're gonna take a flashlight. I think only one flashlight is enough. There's no fleet left anymore. So let's just take one transport and take the medium planet. Should be enough, right? Let's try to scale it up. Yeah, let's actually just simulate. The simulator doesn't try to screw me over. That's nice. Thank you. 6 Marines against a 9 plus armor barracks. Ugh. No. I'll not be doing that. And I don't have any bombs here. Wait a sec. We can bring some bombs. If you want to play hard to get, Sakara, then we can play hard to get. No problem. We got bombs. Probably need more bombs though. Yeah, I definitely need more bombs. Because I can't tell them to target the Marines, and I don't want to start the invasion right now because I don't think I have enough Marines to actually do so. A shame. So this is large. This is probably even worse. Is there a warp thing under construction? Yes, please continue that. You also get a, I don't know, you get a soil enrichment facility for your trouble. Well, guess I'll be taking 2 troop transports and a carrier and a few sentinels to deal with this one. Let's see how that goes. Simulate. Alright, attack it. I'll be throwing bombs. Don't have enough Marines left. Alright. This couldn't actually work out. Talking about could. Yeah, thank you. For some reason my Marines sort of failed there at the end. Just a reminder, I'm technologically much more advanced than he is. Yeah, for some reason still we didn't manage to defeat that. Anyway, and let's take the rest here. Simulate. Okay. 40 Marines, sure. Sakura should have a lot of Marines lying around everywhere. I'm not gonna sacrifice my Marines for this attack, I'll just continue bombing. Until there are only a few people left, then I'm gonna take over. Yes, still have one troop transport. Guess I need to bomb them so long as they only have a couple of Marines left so that I can deal with them. It's sad, I don't want to bomb them, but they don't want to surrender either, so... Guess that'll be that. Maybe there will some more troop transports be incoming in a second, but they'll take a while to get to the other freaking end of the universe. So... There's that. Actually... Oh yeah, you don't have an orbital shipyard, but let's just ignore that. Just build a ship if you want. Let's take a troop transport to here. Maybe we'll actually get here in some turns. La 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 la, shalalala, export. No wait, you can do Gaia transformation. That's more important than building new ships I don't need. Making planets more beautiful that I also don't need. But it's at least it's making stuff beautiful, you know? So you continue on here and just take out the outpost. Bye. Alright, we're gonna attack and we're gonna throw some freaking bombs. No, stop. I wanted to throw freaking bombs, damn it. I messed up that. Damn it, sorry. Just everybody move. Thank you. I don't have enough frigates for that, but we're gonna throw some more bombs here. But apparently you can't abort invasions if you see that it's not going your way, and we're gonna have to throw some much more bombs. Because we basically eradicated most of the population, but the Marines are still standing for some reason. So we'll probably have to eradicate the entire planet. I'm not really looking forward to that, but it's only 3 Marines here now. Well, we took out most of them, but I'd like to take out at least one more. Stop it. Let's hope we can deal with the Marines and the tanks. There were also tanks, but it's enough now. And they don't have enough... Oh. Sure, if you want to starve to death, just do that. Don't care. Don't freaking care. Right, there are more troop transports coming, eventually. So, maybe the Warzone will actually get to destroy something, because the troop transports will take a freaking time. And I messed stuff up. I acknowledge that fact. Yeah, so I actually want to continue bombing the people here because they have way too many Marines. So actually, I think I have better chances just trying to take this one. Trying to bomb them some more, and then once the Marine count is down to like 3, 4 maybe, I can start an invasion and hopefully be successful in it too. One Marine less, stop, thank you. Sure, thank you tanks. I can't bombard the tanks for some reason. Which in the past you could. Just saying, in the past you could bombard the freaking tanks. Don't think they're bunkered down so you can't bombard them from space. I don't buy that shit. Anyway, alright, gonna need some more troop transports if you don't mind. Because we are running out of those. Well, I guess the Warzone has something to do in that case. Good for the Warzone, bad for the population of the planets who don't want to live, apparently. You can just wait right here, check out the scout. And there's still no connection to Obaka. Wait, there's one here. Why don't we see that on the map? Weird. There seems to be an entry point there. Anyway, next turn. You're just gonna wait here. Just keep up the what was the name of that again? blockade. We'll keep up the blockade. Alright. I can also start blockading that. And there's another carrier coming. Just move here. And I'm gonna have to click a few turns. Well. Okay, sure. Whatever. Do whatever you want. Maybe build a few more ships. Not sure if they count for the score, but the score really doesn't do anything at all, so auto build. Yeah, you're just gonna remain here and blockade the planet. Guess they want to learn not to mess with me. Okay, I got one troop transport here. Where's the war sun, by the way? Is it here? Alright, it's there. Well, I have no way to bomb this planet, and with just one transporter I don't have enough people to actually take it, so I think I'll better use it to take that planet down there and just blast this one, because there's way too much fuss, because I can't really bomb them with what I have there. What is that here, actually? Is this medium ocean rich? Why did none of you ever take it? I would have taken it quite a while ago. But it's your choice. If you don't want to take beautiful planets because there's just a squid orbiting it, then that's your choice. You had enough fleets to deal with it. And now they're just colonizing somewhere. Gosh. Why? Why are you doing this? I'll just blast the planet. I don't give a shit. I'm freaking out of control. I don't give a shit. Huh. Well. Also don't give a shit what you do on Orion, to be honest. But I guess you can get started on a barrier shield and Space Academy, but really do whatever. But the population is full. Kinda nice. I was wondering how big our population has become. But let's combat the squid first. Animation? Alright, there's animation. There's a squid. It looks dangerous, but I think it just looks dangerous. But it's firing something. And it's dead. Oh, but it did a pretty good job at dealing damage with whatever that was. Projectile Lingulaire. Well, you know what you have to do? You can bomb this planet that they just took for no good reason. Actually, there's people closer by, but they don't have any bombs. You have bombs though, right? You have bombs, yes. Okay. No. You're done. I'm done with you. Just do whatever you like. Troop transports. Yeah, let's arrange some more troop transports going here. And the war sun is here. Yay! Let's destroy the freaking planet. You didn't want to submit. Feel the consequences of that. Let's freaking destroy the planet. One planet down. Alright. Move here. Oh, the troop transfers will take some time, but at least we can take Yungum Prime before the wrath of the war sun will destroy it. Think. I said if it reaches something, it's gonna destroy it. So let's just keep up with that hypothesis. What do you want? Auto build, please. Thank you. Need orders. Yeah, I don't think you actually get there in time. So let's just continue to next turn. Alright, you got a troop transport now, and I don't think they had much infantry left. They probably repel my invasion anyway, but the war sun is incoming, so just saying, if you repel this, then you're all gonna die. Sure, you decided to all gonna die. No problem with that. Your choice. I gave you a choice. Probably didn't listen to my choice, but I gave you a choice, you know? become part of a stable empire of beautiful planets and stuff. But you chose to just go down, and sure, can do that. We can arrange for that. That's not really a problem that I have. Anyway, just do whatever. Don't care. Just build some shit. Well, you can technically export, so I guess you'll just export. I'm gonna move here. You're gonna join one of the blockades. I don't know. You're gonna go here. As I said, if you want to go to war, prepare enough troop transports, because if you don't, you'll end up in a situation much like this. So you see why I was so focused on setting up enough troop transports and setting up a supply chain of them in the first round. So basically, this is why this is happening, because you probably need a lot, and if you don't have them around, you're just sitting there with all your shiny ships, and they can't really do anything unless you want to destroy stuff. So, talking about destroying stuff, they're now down to 2 tanks. They probably have still more, and there's 1 troop transport here. So let's move the troop transport here and give them another chance to submit. Good choice. Still, there's no other troop transport here, so let's have the Warsun destroy that. Bye. Alright, so now we just need to wait until my ships reach that to bombard that new little colony out of existence. Just cause. We're evil. In case you didn't notice, we're pretty evil. We have it pretty nice in our own bases, but in general we turn to being pretty evil now at the end, so just keep that in mind. Auto build. You probably want the usual stuff. Sure, you can get that. You did submit eventually. It took a while, and I'm not gonna forget that, but you did submit eventually. Like after 2 attempts. And you're probably a little bit pissed that I just destroyed one of your other planets instead of waiting, but they were given a choice too, I think, at some point. No, I don't think I actually offered them a choice. Oh, just sometimes you can click and not directly on the post, and then just does nothing. But we should be almost finished. Do we finally reach that? Just move it up. And blast it. Drop all! Good job. That's not what I meant with drop all. Yeah, with drop all I meant just drop everything and that, but...
When we tell the tale of our times, all mark the Sakra. All keep us membered. Keep the story straight.
Not sure what that means. If I tell the story of the Sakra, I'll tell it in a way that they didn't want to submit for some reason. So that's that. Sakra feudal has been eliminated. So what's happening now? Game should be over, right? Game should be over. Game. Yes.
Finding no other options but force, humanity finally conquered the stars. Their military might undisputed, they now rule wisely over a pacified galaxy. It is time for the Pax Galactica to begin.
Yay. We also take a look at the match history, which is sort of a graph depicting various things. We also add the graphs for the other ones. They didn't move a lot. The Sakra moved a little bit, but they dropped down too. Let's take a look at the army. Yeah, we can't really see much of the beginning, where it was actually interesting to see how fast I actually risen up. Because I didn't stop building ships. Well, population-wise, there was a time though that I wasn't in the lead, but I was always about efficiency, not about population. But I had biggest number of colonies at almost all the times. Bruh. But I had a big period here where I just sticked with 25 before I said, screw it, we're gonna conquer all of them. Every single one of them. And, well, credits doesn't show anything useful either, so I guess that is sort of it. Cool. So this was my sort of normal round of Master of Orion. Not actually credits, let's actually go to credits so I can talk about it. Yes, it was the Master of Orion remake, designed and developed by NGD Studios and published by Wargaming Labs. The internet and in general the Master of Orion fandom, if there exists something like that, seems to be up in flames about this because the main reason I think is the change to real-time strategy coming from turn-based strategy, which a lot of people after they read, oh, what's this real-time? No, they can't do that. That's no, they just can't do that. And I thought, let's just take a look at it first. Maybe it's actually kind of nice. I think the system in itself is actually interesting, and I personally like it more than the turn-based combat because, if we're being honest about it, the turn-based combat had pretty big holes that you could abuse the hell out of, and basically the attacker was always at a severe advantage. Yeah, if two fleets of equal size met up, both of them were probably able to basically beat the shit out of whoever was designated the second one to start combat. So I think it wasn't really well balanced. They tried to address that by doing it in real time instead, where you really need to be very dominating to not lose anything at all. I think I lost a few ships. I think I lost ships fighting the Guardian. I think I lost a battleship there or something. But aside from that, I don't think I lost any ship in this playthrough. But that was basically because I was very dominating right from the beginning. Even though it didn't look like it for a while, and I could maintain this sort of neutral impact on the game before the enemies realized, oh, maybe there's something going on over there at the Human Empire. Anyway, so coming back to the controversy about this game, I actually sort of like the game. I mean, it still has a lot of stuff that needs to be addressed. Yeah, there's some technology choices that really don't do anything, and some are pretty questionable. But in general, I think it's on a decent enough way. But still, they have to follow up on that by also addressing these concerns, because there are quite a few serious concerns. Maybe the Russian version is clearer as to what some subsystems do and all that stuff, but the English version really isn't very clear on most of those things. So you have to guess, and guessing in a strategy game is never a good thing to do, because then you just go with, I don't know, that I'll just do whatever I think works, and as long as that works somehow, you're probably not gonna waste too much energy on trying to figure out something else. So I should really get it to work and to explain what everything does. But once that is in place, and once the additional mechanics like the spying system is in place, I think the game will actually get a lot. And I think from the general design perspective, it's actually kind of nice. There are also a lot of people complaining about that they changed the design philosophy a lot, that it's just too colorful, and that the original ones had always this sort of scientific but warm background, which I always thought, I think it's a little bit of bullshit. I think the overlay is very clear to give you the information that you need, which the old titles really didn't. In order to get the information that you need, you always had to click through various subsystems and take a look at various things. So I think the overlay does a really good job at conveying information. If it's great artistic-wise, I think it's very much open for debate on a very personal level, that you can't really say, oh, it's not warm, it's not welcoming. I totally disagree with that. I think the overlay is pretty good. There are a few things that could be improved, and a few bugs that could be ironed out and stuff. But I think in general, the overlay is really the least of my worries, to be honest, because I tend to like it that you can basically get all the information that you really need without going into the actual planet control screen, which was always a huge waste of time in the old games, just clicking through all the planet control screens and stuff. If you could now just add some better ways to automize planet development, that would be really nice, because on the small map, it isn't really that much of a problem, but starting on the medium map and even worse on the larger maps, you probably will have lots of issues just spending still a lot of time in menus clicking what buildings you want to do next. Because the auto building choice seems to be really bad, because it builds all sorts of things that you barely that you barely use at all. Like having really no production facilities on a planet yet, but the planet needs missile defense systems, because you need that a lot, right? So if they improve that, or if they give you like choices like one for defensive purposes, one for building infrastructure and that stuff, then I think it could work out great. I'm not really worried about that. The combat, of course, can still be improved by a lot, and I already mentioned that I would like to have additional combat options like tell my ships to guard other ships, and or just tell my ships to go into formation so that they all reach the enemy at the same speed. Because if you took a look at the combat here, which I tried to sort of hide by basically ignoring cruiser ships and frigate ships for most of the time, basically every ship would reach the enemy at a different point in time, which is a terrible decision tactics wise. I sort of solved that by only having destroyers and ships greater than battleships in the fleet, and they can survive for a while all by themselves, and I always hold the destroyers back until the main engagement started. So I sort of try to hide that fact that the underlying battle system, if you really don't do anything, is really stupid, and it really doesn't make any strategic sense to just have everybody glory charge into each other. I mean, it looks cool, but strategically there should be more options, like telling your units to just not move at all, or move into formation and move around centering on very specific ships, and all that kind of juicy stuff that makes real-time space tactics actually interesting, like in Homeworld. Yeah, I didn't bring up Homeworld so far, but the real-time strategy here could learn a lot from things like Homeworld 1 or even Homeworld 2 if you really want to, by just giving you the ability to move and assign groups and stuff. But I think I talked enough over the end. I liked it, but if you say you don't like it because of, I don't know, you don't like the real-time combat, then I think you're misremembering a lot of things about the turn-based combat, which supposedly was very tactic and professional and gave a lot of strategic options, which was true, but since the AI was really bad, you only saw these options when you were battling humans or when you're battling insane amount of AI, because the original Master of Orions always hit their bad ship design by just giving you a lot of enemy ships to shoot at, which this game doesn't really have to hide too much, because the basic ship designs are okay, though they are a little bit exploitable, and in real-time combat you can't really cheat so much as you could in turn-based combat. But I digress. I already talked about this, so let me conclude this by saying thank you to who was watching this, especially if you also bear through the original live stream. I'm sorry for the quality. I'll probably not be doing that again so soon, or at least not on things that require more that require huge bandwidth. Maybe doing stuff like old SNES games wouldn't really suffer too much because they can run on low bandwidth, but we'll probably see more about future projects and stuff in the next episode that you watch. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Have a good one.